Ah, you clicked. Well then, I am Graxer and we begin in 3, 2, 1. Star vs. the Forces of Evil is an animated show made by Disney. It contains 4 seasons with interesting characters, however, the videos about the villains of the series. And these are examples how to make bad guy encounters for roleplay game sessions. How did I came up with the idea? After going through shower thoughts and watching the series, I wondered what it would be like if the villains from our favorite shows received boss encounters in video games or tabletop games. I included one boss battle, each with different theme of encounter. Toffee the Lizard from Season 1 was into destroying the source that caused inequality in Muni for his kind for centuries. That's why I like to call him the Lawyer of Evil. The lizard in suit was the right combo of intelligence, patience and charisma, so a negotiation scene would do the thing. He wasn't seeking a fight, but to gain something he lost, the finger. To achieve that, he needed to destroy the source that took it from him. Why negotiation? Because of Lizard's regeneration ability, Star couldn't defeat him. We can also include that she cared for Marco, who was on the edge of going to heaven. With options to choose from, like in a Telltale game, where main villain's goal is making the protagonist say the words of the whispering spell. If request denied, Toffee encourages to follow his orders. Otherwise, her friend could visit God sooner. If requests fulfilled, Marco's free and your part of the job is done. Rest is up to you guys. Example in action could be: Toffee requests something from you. What do you do? A. Hand over the wand to Toffee. B. Try to destroy the crystal room where Marco's trapped. C. Shoot Toffee. D. Call mom and dad for help. Also, make sure to set a time limit to control when Marco is going to be squished by the crystal force. Your objective as player is to save Marco from his crystal prison. Ludo Avarius. He wanted to obtain the wand throughout first introduction in the series. In Season 2, his primal goal was to control the power of the wand he found. First thought was to destroy Star Butterfly, the wand wielder of the other piece. Classic roleplay game battle, similar to Pokemon or any other fantasy RPGs, you name them. I'm calling out this style because Ludo lacked the ability to plan properly his missions in first season, and now in Season 2 he had useful partners with great skill instead of more mindless/idiots monsters like he named them. Ludo wasn't fully in charge of the artifact, so his new allies, Spider and Bird, assisted him in his quest as an escape fighting force, including as the protectors of new Master Ludo, to finally get his hands on Book of Spells later in the series. How could this look visually? According to my idea, it would be 2 separate battles, just like in the episode where Star was after Glossaric, who was in garbage truck by accident. The first battle would be Marco holding off Bird and Spider before they reach Ludo to transform into Universal Unit. What I mean by Universal Unit is formation of 3 units into 1, thus becoming more powerful than ever. It could be finishing move if heroes fail, preventing the guarantee of the finishing move. The second battle would be Star fighting off Ludo in a showdown, which shouldn't be long, like Ludo having 40 health points and Princess having like 50 health points, cause yes, and they would battle until someone's knocked out in traditional way the RPGs like to do it. If Ludo's defeated, Star reaches out to Garbage Truck to save Glossaric. If Marco manages to slow down Ludo's allies. In result, good ending! If Ludo is not defeated and his co-workers reach him in time, together they could unleash huge chaos to eliminate Star, becoming the Universal Unit, thus resulting in bad ending. Your mission as players would be rescuing Glossaryk. Miss Heinous, from the start of the series, was in charge of school for bad-behaved royal princesses. In Season 3, as known as Meteora, realized that her right for the throne was taken away by the magic government. A series of quick-time events. Since she becomes a giant consumer of life and destruction monster, no one wants to fight a giant for a long period of time. Why a few series of quick-time events? Because when the dice are rolled in tabletop game session, it's more of a gambling than relying on the skill of the character. Sure, somebody came around that gambling problem. Either way, wouldn't it be better to rely on your skill than on a dice which can screw up a boss battle many times? I've experienced similar situation during my campaign, so I know how it feels. About quick-time events, many ways to make them. Example of this would be making sentence or words that aren't spelled directly. Single player has to spell them out correctly in order or write on piece of paper. Alternatively, if multiple players, for each player give pile of letters to spell out loudly the words or write on paper and create an order who says first. Examples of words could be Lord Grax, the Conqueror, Big Crocodile. Final result shall be a sentence/words formed by multiple words, players or player, spelled out in the order. If you prefer more of your custom puzzles done on the limit, also okay, or physical activities like 10 push-ups in 20 seconds, go! Or do the infamous combos like XYYAB, AAXXY, AXBYA. If everything's done in time, then the citizens of the kingdom live again. Yippee! If quick-time events or other sort of quick actions aren't complete under time pressure, then Meteora prevails, destroying all the living and rebuilding the kingdom in her own vision. End goal here could be saving Dead Kingdom. Mina Loveberry, from Season 2, was a warrior. I believe she craved the need for battling monsters, but was like, frog it, we're gonna kill all monsters cause yes. The Solarian program made her lose her marbles way before the Mina's bad guy arc, Time Puzzles, because Mina is shown to have invincibility spell enchanted on herself and Solarian army created by Moon Butterfly. Bad move. They could use the Eclipse's destruction spell, but they didn't. I've got a few examples of what puzzles could be. A puzzle where you have to deliver energy ray from energy source to other energy point. Zoo, 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 zoo. Pow! Ding! A riddle about death. I'm always near but never far. I'm always around but never seen. I'm often avoided but I always catch up. I will come when you're old and grey, or maybe even the very next day. I will come with cold embrace and give you rest with a chill kiss on your face. I come in many forms, whether it's irony, love, laughter or hate. I am everyone's final fate. The answer here would be death. And question about Star Wars: The Force of Evil piece of media. Who guided Moon to finding Ludo in Monster Temple during his arc? Answer here would be Dennis. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can also use Here similar quick time events or other quick actions you came up with, like I mentioned during Meteora's battle. You can copy and paste the structure, but do a little bit different so it won't be the same. If all puzzles are solved under 6 to 9 minutes, the players are victorious. In other case, the traitors of Muni are destroyed along with monster race, even if one of puzzles players fail to solve. However, you can always change that because these are my suggestions of how I would present them in video/tabletop game. If you got other propositions, I would like to hear them. Main objective would be to defeat Mina and the cursed Stellarian army, or take away their invincibility powers. Question of the day. What's stopping you from realizing your dream? Or who's stopping you from making your dreams come true? Join me on my wacky experience and I'll show you what lies beyond the horizons. Thank you for watching. Screw this competition, we've been here for hours. None of us can string this, we don't have the power. Screw this damn challenge, no more delays. Can't you guys see him being played? This is how they hold us down while the throne gets colder. Hold us down while we slowly age. Hold us down as the boy gets bolder. Where in the hell is our pride and our age?